renovating the library because it has been there for 10, going up to 11 years. So we were renovating the library with partnership from the main library in St. Lucia, Sir Apple, so the Hunter J. Faswa Library. So at present we are in search of books. So if you can get books for us, that'll be good. One of the things about this project, um, we have throughout the years, through the aid of the global volunteers and the teachers and the special education teacher, we have seen students coming. We from grade 3 to grade 6. So we don't have grade K to grade 2. So we get them at grade 3, 7 years and above. And we have had several students coming to us not being able to read. And through the program, by the time they reach grade 6, some of them can read at the grade 6 level, some of them at grade 5, at grade 4, but they are able to read, pass their exams, and move on. And I am one who believes that if you can read, the whole world open up before you. So that's one of the ways that global volunteers have helped Ancillary in helping students who are unable to read. So that, but the only thing, the disadvantage now, before they used to come in every month, we would have had a set of volunteers for 2 weeks. So there was continuity. But now we don't have that. As COVID came, that stopped. So we have volunteers once in a while.
We're going to fix that.
I beg your pardon?
We're going to fix that.
Sure, because before it was the continuity really assisted in having our students read and to become better. But now, since it's very jointed, although we still do it, we have our special education teacher and so on who assist, but it is not as effective when it comes to the global volunteers as it was before. So there's a partnership there. They assisted us in building a resource room, some gathering, the earth boxes, and so on. So it has been a very good partnership, very beneficial to the people of Ancillary. My challenges as an educator, number one is what you call parental involvement. And the research have said that if you can get your parents involved, then half of your problem is solved. Because parents are looking for students who are very disciplined, students who are academically inclined, students who will not drop out, and everything that they want. The research is saying that if they get involved, they're gonna get it. So this is something I've been preaching to parents, but it falls on deaf ears. They want all of that, but yet still they don't want to be involved. And not only the research stating that, but there is evidence that the few parents who have been involved, that the children do very well. And they stay in school, and we're not talking about getting involved at the elementary level. We're talking about from kindergarten going way up, elementary, then high school, then tertiary education. But you really find in St. Lucia, we don't have many parents who are really, well, let me talk about Ancillary. Who are really involved. If I have 30 to 40%, that's a lot.
Yeah.
If I have that, that's a lot. And this is something I've been preaching from day one, from the time I reached Ancillary. It is growing, but slowly. And the shameful thing about it is the majority of persons who have children are young. They are young. And they are educated. So I'm wondering why young, educated people are not involved in their child's education. It's as if some of them could care less. You invite them to the meeting, they don't show up. You have programs for them, they don't show up. The only time they show up is when they register them for the CPA, that's the national exam, And when you have the results, you see the majority of them. But for them to be involved regularly, ensuring that the children do their homework, they do what they're supposed to do at home. Some of them, the minute they leave school, that's it. The minute they go out of the gate, that's it. Education, well, other forms of education go ahead, but when it comes to the academics, it stops right there. So every day is a challenge. One of my greatest challenges is motivating persons who are not motivated. So I do that on a daily basis. Every morning, spend about 5-10 minutes motivating students. Because I am the one who believes if you dream it, you see it. If you dream it, you believe it, then you can achieve it. So I preach that to them every day. Well, for some it works, from others, maybe somewhere down the line, they will remember me echoing in the airs, and then it will pick up someday. But motivation is a challenge, especially when these children are not motivated at home. So I have no choice but to do it every day at school. So at the end of the day, if I'm able to motivate one child, I'm happy with that. But I'm hoping that I'm able to motivate the entire school. And that's my goal, to motivate everyone wanting to move from point A to point B, from point B to point A, moving up, to another level. And the joy is getting a child who is unable to read, but by the time they leave you, they are able to read. Because when students are unable to read and they move on to high school, most likely they will drop out. But if they are able to read, they will be able somehow to cope with the rigors of high school. Well, another challenge, getting these parents, when you have meetings with them, they tell you what they want the school to do in order to help them participate or get involved in their child's education. So you'll sit down, take what they say, put a program together for them, hoping that they will come. At present, we have a program where I have some teachers teaching parents of the various skills and strategies that we use so that when they go home, when their child gets home, they can assist. And imagine 30 parents signed up to do the program and only 6 came, 2 finished.
Do you know what? If I'd known, I would have been
So that's
there.
a big challenge.
That's amazing you're doing that. I like that.
So that's a big challenge. They agree to come, but they don't show up. And they live just there in the village itself, not too far away. So that tells you where the interest lies. So it is a lot of hard work trying to convince parents, convince the students, trying to motivate them and trying to bring them on board to see how valuable education is. And until parents can, well, the majority of parents, because you may never be able to win everybody, but until they can see the value of education, there will not be a change. And that is what I'm trying to do. That is what my teachers are trying to do. Teach them the value of education. Once they get that, I think there will be a change. But at the moment, it's a struggle. Struggle because these persons, they should know better because they have been to high school and they are well educated. So that's how difficult it is. Trying to bring persons you believe should know better, bring them on board so that they can assist their child and by extension the community and the extension St. Lucia and the world. So it is a very difficult task. But they say one by one fill the basket. So surely but slowly it is coming on board. The challenge, I do have resources. we don't get much to run a school. What we get is very little. So what we have to do as a staff is to look for donors. So we end up, without thought of a better word, we end up begging. We call it begging. Because you have to plead with persons, you have to write letters there, you have to write proposals there for persons to assist. But I must say we get assistance, but not as much as we would like. Not as much as we would like. For example, we have a computer room. Fully, it has all the infrastructures in place, except not enough computers. Not enough computers. We need at least 25 computers, but we only have 10. So we manage with that. So you could see, if you have a class of 25 students, they have to share. And that again is a challenge. So resources wise, we have to do a lot of, I mean not just the word begging, asking. A lot of asking. And depending on the corporate citizen, of the goodness of their heart, to assist us in whatever way that they can. So that's a big challenge. But slowly but surely we get there. I'm hoping that one day, even before I retire from this profession, that government will be able to provide us with almost everything that we need. Will that ever happen? I don't know. But that's one of my dreams.
Yeah.
But generally, the teaching profession is very fulfilling, especially when you see persons you took them from one level, and now some of them are doctors, some of them are bankers, some of them are police officers, and some of them are doing extremely well. It makes you feel very good. So that's the satisfying thing about this profession. Makes you feel good that persons that you assisted, persons that other persons may have discarded, but you assist them, and now they can contribute meaningfully to society. So that's the reason why I'm still in the profession. Yeah, I still believe that I can make a difference in the life of one or two persons. You may not get everybody, but at least if you get 2 or 5 or 6, that is a start. These persons can contribute meaningfully to society. I enjoyed working with global volunteers. I enjoy working with everybody that comes to answer private. Because at the end of the day, it's not me, it's for, to assist the children and to take them from one level to the next. So I rely a lot on collaboration, persons working together as a team. So at Ansari Primary, it's not me alone. All my teachers, they are responsible for different aspects of running the school. So when it comes to fundraising, I'm not in charge of that. So it's a teacher in charge of that. When it comes to, now we have in Mathematics Month, we're promoting mathematics. I'm not in charge of that. There's a teacher, there's a team in charge of that. So that makes my work easier and more enjoyable too, because I don't have to do all of these things. So the teams, they work together and together with me, and we run and study primary. And that makes it a joy being there, because you know that when you come there, your work is, it's not as difficult as it can be, because you have persons that you can rely on in order to carry out their responsibilities and to make Ansari Primary the best school on the island. That's one of our goals. Well, this year we're #1 in our district, so that's why you would hear us say Ansari Primary. Those who are with us. Hannah, you'll hear us say Ansari Primary #1. So we want to maintain that. So if you repeat it, you believe it, then you can maintain it. Yes.
Sorry, which district 2, district 4? Or
District 4.
Yeah.
District 4.
Okay, thanks.
So we set high goals for our students. Very high goals. For example, if you have to get a merit at Ansari Primary, you must score an average of 85%. You must get an average of 85% to get a merit. And you really have to do work hard to get it. And we have students who get there. And our goal is to get more persons getting there. Slowly but surely. Any questions, sir?
Yeah, if you don't mind asking or answering this, so it could get discouraging at times, I would imagine.
Yes.
Particularly when parents don't step up. So
Mm-hmm.
what is it in your training or in your upbringing that keeps you motivated?
Well, one thing I have learned, not only me, but as teachers, I would tell my teachers, it doesn't matter whether or not parents, it's a good thing to get the parents there, but if the parents are not involved, are we going to just drop the ball? At the end of the day, we want to see our students go forward. We want to see that our community go forward. We want our school to be one of those that are up there, not only in our district, but in the community, in St. Lucia. So even if the parents drop the ball, we have to take it, and then we are accountable, most importantly, to the Ministry of Education. So if we are not performing, they will come in and ask so many questions. So therefore, it doesn't matter how we feel about it. When we took the job, one of the promises that we're gonna give up our best to ensure that our students perform to the best of their ability. And even if the parents are not involved, it may be disheartening, but we do what we have to do. Like I tell the parents, if you're especially when we have our graduation ceremony, and when we look at the result and we analyze it, I will tell them, look, we are first in the district. We are doing very well. What if you were supporting us? Then we could be number one on the island.
I don't like that.
They do it a lot. There's 2 tomcats.
So yes, it may be disheartening,
I feel like a murder.
but our motivation comes on seeing our students successful. And that's the bottom line. The success of our students.
I like all assemblies. I think they're very motivational. I actually like being part of that, watching those, to be honest. I think they're very, very good and sets them up for the day. And you're very highly spoken when I talk to people. They think you're very good principal. But you haven't told them the story of what made you become a teacher.
Actually, I never wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a business person. So the majority of what I did was business. I had a business mind. As a matter of fact, I have a business. My wife runs it. But the story goes that I went to Millet Primary. They were building a new wing of the Millet Primary. They wanted to relocate the school. So I went there just to help. The school was almost finished. They were doing the finishing touches. So I went there just to help. I'm on holidays from high school. I'm on holidays, so I went to help. And then the guy said, you know, the best way, the contractor said, the best way you can help Millet is to become a teacher. And that stuck in my mind. And I went in there, not wanting to stay either. That motivated me to become a teacher. But when I reached there and a kind of hard work, I said, So I left. And I was looking for a job since I have a business background, the bank. So I sent my my resume in and I was waiting. And whilst I was waiting 1 month, I didn't hear anything, nothing. So I worked underneath the bananas, which is what's called green gold at that time for St. Lucia with my father. So I worked with him. And one day whilst we were harvesting bananas, I a gentleman came to call me, said, the principal wants to see you. I said, why would the principal want to see me? I no longer work there. I have resigned. And so I said, okay, I will go. And then I went. And then he said, for the for the 2 short years that you were there, you were one of the best. And he tried to motivate me and he talked and he talked. At the end of the day, he motivated me to come back. And I am 33 years later, I'm still there.
It was meant to be, Mr. Isenbert, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're very grateful.
What kind of background do you have to have in St. Lucia to become a teacher?
Well, in St. Lucia, once you have maths and English and 3 other subjects, you're a disciplined person, then you have the opportunity of becoming a teacher.
So do you have to get those subjects, do you have to, you must have to graduate from Form 5?
Yes.
Is that correct? And then do you go to college as well?
Yes, there is a teacher's college that you go to. They teach you how to teach.
I got you.
But in my time, when I started, I didn't go to teacher's college. They sent me straight into a classroom. But now some persons are more fortunate. They go up there, they get the experience, and then they come back and teach. But others, you go straight into the classroom. So imagine you do more harm than good.
So how long is that, the teacher's college?
Teacher's college is a 2-year course. Yeah, 2 years.